Hey, it's Antti. Today I'm gonna talk about photography competitions. So, welcome again to my daughter's room, because this is the only place that I can do these videos. But I mean, it's a good place to. There's a good light, sunny, not even spring day. It's still winter. There's so much snow. But anyways, let's go back to the subject. So today I'm gonna talk about photography competitions. Why I take part of those competitions. Why should you take part of those competitions? Should you pay for those fees for the competitions, and what will happen if you manage to succeed in them, and what is it for? Is it for fame? Is it for prizes? Is it for networking? Is it exposure? Why you should take part of those photography competitions, and which competitions? So let's have a chat. Let's start why I take part of these photography competitions. Usually during the years there's, let's say, 5 to 10 different photography competitions that I take, and usually they are the same competitions yearly. So there's a range of reasons why these are the competitions from the hundreds or even thousands of competitions that I have selected, so I will explain that slightly later. But why I take part of photography competitions is, I've always said the photography competitions, it's for me. It's my way of pushing myself further and also testing out against the top of the world where my quality of my image creation is. Photography competitions works me as a kind of a pushing force to create and think that I need to create something totally different, and when from the thousands of pictures that a jury will see, there will be my picture and they will immediately say that, whoa, what is this? I had never seen anything like this before, and then it might get higher. So for me, it's a reason that I develop all these concepts, and I try to push myself to be better and different. Another thing that I take part of photography competitions is also that, of course, if you manage to succeed in them, it will bring some exposure. You are able to say that you are internationally awarded photographer. You are able to push that information to your social media. It's not only fame stuff, but for me it works as a marketing thing. It's one of these yearly reasons that I can say that I put my pictures in this big international competition, and I'm not the only one who thinks that is a good picture. The jury that looks the thousands of pictures thinks that too. My audience, my clients also knows that I'm good enough for this kind of work. Plus, if it's a client work that I take part of, a picture that I made a client, it gives value to my client, because my client also knows that this is amazing picture, and I'm able to, name that always in my social media, that this particular picture that won an international award was made for this company. So the company the picture was made of is also getting exposure from different angle that they are normally not looking for. So those are in a way the reasons that I take part of these competitions. It's for me to push my work further. Of course, it's my marketing thing. It gives me exposure, and also it gives me value to my clients who I work with. So a lot of good things happen when you take part of all these competitions. So one thing that I get asked quite often, that why you are paying for these competitions. As I said, there's thousands maybe competitions that I held by every year, and you have to be sure that you are choosing the right competitions for you. I mean, you might start putting pictures to your competitions on these website gallery things and starting getting nominated over there or something like that. I choose to put my pictures in the competitions where there is definitely a fee. But I have selected these competitions on the basis that I know that not all, but most of the top photographers in my categories and industry are putting the pictures in. They're also investing their time and money to put those pictures in. So I'm rating myself against a lot of my idols that I look up to. When you pay that fee, it could be 20 to 35 euros or dollars per image or series. I also know that when you organize these kind of picture competitions, it takes money. You have to sometimes pay for the jury, all the prizes and all the organization. And I think it's part of my marketing to invest my time and also the money to take part of these competitions. I'm sure that there's a lot of competitions that are just in a way ripping off your money, and if you succeed them, you might just get an email that you made this and this. But as I said, I have selected all these competitions that I have been in a way rated over the years to be some of these top competitions every year, and that's why they usually have this fee to take part of those. So yes, I will pay for my fee. I see it as an investment, but I select my competitions carefully that I know in a way where my money goes into. And the money goes to the organizing these events. It's not cheap to spend that much time for the jury to evaluate all these images and stuff like that. There's a lot of free competitions. There's competitions where you can win prizes. Sometimes you win prizes, sometimes you not. Sometimes you get a medal, sometimes you get a certificate. So it depends on the competition. So here's in a way the list of competitions that I take part of yearly or mostly yearly. So first one is International Color Awards. It's kind of funny because springtime is usually the competition season, and a lot of these awards are on this few months time. And actually International Color Awards, I think I've taken part of that, like it was my 5th year, and I would get nominated, honorary mention and some nominations. But this year my Bonded by Ink picture got judged to be second best picture in the advertisement category. That is a huge thing for me in this for this picture, because one thing that I've also mentioned to every single one, that if you're happy of some of your images, you should be confident enough to send that same image to different competitions. And if it doesn't succeed in the first one, send it to the next one. Because in my mind, if I'm confident that this is a good picture, I'm just going to find a jury who agrees with me. So it's not a lottery thing. When people are looking at the images, it's a subjective thing. So I'm just confident enough to send the same picture in the different competitions and looking for the jury who agrees with me. So that's a good tip for you guys. Send the same picture to the different competitions. So International Color Awards, that's a big one. IPA, that's the International Photo Awards. Those both competitions are run in the States. Really big ones, a lot of professional, top of the line advertisement and fine art and digital artists and portrait photographers takes part of those competitions. They both have fees, but it will be worth it. So, and it's also your responsibility when you manage to succeed to tell the world that yes, I got an honorary mention. PX3 is one competition. FAP, that's the Federation of European Photographers. That's our umbrella associations for all the smaller associations inside of different countries. So that has a yearly competition. It's not only for the members of those associations. You can take part of the FAP competitions even you are not a member of these associations, but you have a slightly higher fee to take part of those. A big competition. 2 years ago I won a golden camera in that one, big trophy, and I'll be going next week on Dublin to check out what happens there. So I'm nominated to be top 10 in 3 different categories. So everyone thumbs up. Well, actually it's not a wishing game. It's already been judged, so it's just going to be an award ceremony to see where I'm heading this year. One Island is one website, big image portal that runs these yearly competitions. I might take part of that. Lens Culture Exposure Awards is one. ND Awards. Then, of course, in Finland we have this competition every second year, I think, Photo Finlandia. That is the biggest competition here in Finland. And this year the competition changed slightly from being more like an artistic art photography competition to the matching to the international standards of, because it is the goal is to get the WPC team member from those, so that's the World Cup of photography. So it's the Photo Finlandia is aiming to get the whole Finnish team to take part of the WPC competition, and they changed the rules in a way slightly this year to match all these categories which have weddings and advertisement and illustrative and fine art and nature and landscape categories. And so the change this year, the change was quite drastic from previous Photo Finlandia competitions, and the people are just jumping on the fences and giving the finalists quite a hard time of retouched pictures, but that's a whole different blog sometime. That's one big competition, and WPC that I have won, so that's a World Cup of photography. I won a few years back, I won bronze medal, and now last year I won my most important gold medal in illustrative category with my endless picture. I'm pretty sure you have seen that. So those are the competitions I take part of yearly. I'll put the link of each of one of those below in the description. There's also a website called Photo Contest Insider that kind of lists all the competitions, if it's a paid or free and what are the prizes. You might check that out. Competitions are for me, push myself further. You might get exposure, your clients might get exposure. I pay the fees because it's my investment, it's my marketing, part of my marketing strategy. I choose my competitions carefully. I send the same pictures to every competition and look that one of these judges or group of judges agrees with me that this is a great picture. It's not a lottery thing. You should, and never, one thing that I have to mention, never do an image on the basis who is the jury. When I see, for example, because I'm in a composite image world and digital art and stuff like that, when there's a digital art picture, I'm looking that image even more carefully than all these portraits. So I might be drawn actually into more simple portraits than my own niche that is a digital art. So if you overthink that, okay, this guy is in the jury and I'm gonna make a picture that will please his style. No, don't go there. Trust yourself, create the images that you want. Don't even think about who is in the jury. It doesn't matter. That's the whole thing. The judges will see it in their own perspective, the pictures. So just trust yourself. Don't do the pictures to the jury members that you might even recognize or know. There you have it. Hopefully you like this, a small rant about the competitions, but I think competitions are really good way of pushing your work, and as I said, it's your responsibility. Nobody is going to promote your success in these competitions, so you have to be the one that sends all the information to all the press and be really proud that, do you know what, I took part of this one amazing big competition and I got an honorary mention in it. It's my first. I'm now internationally awarded photographer. I remember how it felt the first time to say that I took part of the international competition, really big, and I got an honorary mention. I felt so proud. I posted everywhere and I, said, this is the thing. This is why I do this. So you have to just start somewhere. It could be a smaller competition, even a local. Just start standing. It will turn out to be a good thing. At least I think so. It pushes me further. So, hope you like this video, put a thumbs up as always, comment, have you taken part of any competitions, Have you managed to succeed in them? What do you think about paying on competitions? You know, everything about competitions below. And always subscribe my channel and spread the news, all this content, if you like these videos. And I will be seeing you on my next videos. Cheers.